Typhoon Hagibis is gradually losing intensity this morning, but is still a strong Category 2 with 100 mph winds and an estimated pressure of 949 millibars at 12 noon Japan time this October 12th. Landfall is expected later today. The CDPS is now looking at Shizuoka for a potential landfall zone. That's shifted west, and landfall could be expected in as little as 5 hours of this update. Stage 7 on the CDPS scale, catastrophic conditions likely in some areas. Here's its current wind field, which has surprisingly gone down from the JTWC. They expected to rebound somehow before landfall, but there it is right now, 32.8 north, 137.6 degrees east. It's currently 135 miles from Hamamatsu, 160 from Shizuoka, 220 from Yokohama, 237 from Tokyo, and 244 from Chiba. The storm is currently moving at around 24 miles per hour, which is faster than we expected, and so landfall will now be expected earlier. Typhoon warnings in effect for large parts of Japan now. Parts of Kyushu and Shikoku, and also most parts of Honshu. Gale advisories for the remainder of those islands. Expected rainfall in the next few days is going to start very soon. It's probably already starting in some areas further south. But central and eastern parts of Japan, the mountain regions, could see up to and possibly over 24 inches of rain. That's 600 millimeters. And for many parts of onshore locations around the coast, the populated zones, we could be seeing totals reaching around 200 millimeters of rain. We're expecting widespread amounts of 4 to 8 inches of rainfall all around that area there in central and eastern Japan. Sea surface temperatures are fairly warm still, around 27 degrees Celsius, so a little bit warmer than we were expecting as well, so that's interesting. And also wind shear is rising steeply. Here's the forecast then. So it's very fine precision to see where exactly the landfall location will be still at this point, unfortunately. Any small deviations in the storm's track might shift the potential for the landfall location. It was Shimoda at the last update just 6 hours ago. It's now shifted west a couple dozen miles to Shizuoka. The storm will have cleared well away from the Japanese islands by the time we get to the end of Sunday, so the main thrust of the storm will be affecting the Tokyo region on Saturday evening, or even into the afternoon hours now. The timetable is being pushed back because the storm is moving faster than expected. Chance of tropical storm force winds, well, near certain in all of those regions. And this is what the models are saying. So again, that gradual ramp downwards, the storm decreasing in its intensity, thankfully a little bit more than we were expecting at this point, now down to 100 miles per hour. We were expecting that it could still have been 120 at this point. Wind shear is skyrocketing, sea surface temperatures dropping steeply just before the landfall, relative humidity fair. Again, there's not much to say about the trajectory of the storm on the forecast, just that any small movements towards the east or west could shift that landfall location a few miles, which obviously if you're in any of these areas that are on the forefront of the potential landfall, watch extremely closely every single movement, because a few miles could make all the difference between getting 60 mile per hour winds to getting the full 100 mile per hour winds, assuming it makes landfall near that intensity. Well, there is the storm. It's been moving north-northeast in those latest frames, and it is starting to deteriorate, but it still is packing a massive punch here with its potential landfall in just a few hours. You can follow Force 13's outlets, the website force13.com. You can also find our YouTube channel. If you're not there already, you may well be. Good chance of that. Subscribe if you haven't. You can also find our Facebook page, search Force 13 all in text, and our Twitter handle, it's @Force13 on there. You can also help the project become even better by becoming a patron. You can see more information about all the benefits involved by visiting patreon.com/Force13. With a special thanks to these people for being our most valued patrons this month. You can also check out our growing merch store so you can show Force 13's colors wherever you go. You can also find a link to our Discord server underneath this video in the description.